All right. While that fires back up, let me... Oops, wrong windowed projector. Okay, let's get out our CAM so we can see this. And then let's go over how we make our Tollens reagent. All right, so I brought everything from the lab with me today. Well, not everything. So I did bring kind of one that's finished. I admittedly did troubleshoot it this morning. I didn't want to make my own glucose solution, so then I had to make sure that it worked with our 1%. And so let's first, I might need some hot water. So we'll need a hot water bath to help it. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set some glucose aside. And I can do this in the CAM. Oh. Just so we can see it. So not too exciting. This is actually a 1% solution. So I think online, the specific prep I'd read was more for like a 5% solution, but luckily, like I said, the 1% worked. All right, now we're going to prepare our Tollens reagent in here. And so the thing about Tollens reagent is that you can't store it and prep it. You just have to make it and go fresh. And so then, let me get out my directions because I think I remember after screwing it up a few times this morning. All right, so first it's a silver nitrate. I'm going to put a decent amount in there. And so nothing remarkable so far, right? We remember nitrates are soluble. And okay, so there's our soluble silver nitrate. And then we have to make this ammonia complex because otherwise, if we don't make the ammonia complex, it crashes out too quickly. You don't make a mirror, you just make a bunch of black specks. So I'm not sure what ammonia complex this is exactly, but then we want to push it. So that was a 2 molar. Now I'm going to use a 6 molar. So I'm going to keep pushing it. So notice my solution is clarifying, and it may be a little smelly since I'm using 6 molar ammonium hydroxide here. So I'm just trying to get it all soluble. Let's add more ammonium hydroxide or ammonia. Oh, come on. I didn't bring a glove because I don't want to touch this. Come on. Go back into solution. There it goes. Okay, perfect. So now it's all redissolved. And so now we're going to add to it sodium hydroxide or any sort of hydroxide. And it should maybe make something that crashes out. I think I used a lot of ammonia, so it doesn't necessarily crash out. So I just kind of put a decent amount in there. So I think that looks okay. Again, we'll see how it goes. Worst case, I have to redo it. Now I'm going to pour it into our aldehyde or sugar here. All right, so let's leave that there for a second. We're not going to leave it too long. I'm going to go get some hot water, though. So I'll be back. All right, so let's see if this goes. Otherwise, this will. I think it's going. You see how it's slowly darkening. So it's going. Kind of swirl it a little. And do you see the mirror slowly starting to form now as the silver plates out? So again, with the presence of ammonia and everything, it allows it to plate out slowly. Otherwise, without the ammonia, it just crashes out as little silver nanoparticles or small black flecks. So there it goes. I'll let it finish reacting there. And then so safety. So I'll let you play with this one in a little bit. Eventually I'm going to run and dispose of this. So like I said, you can't just let this solution chill. It is potentially explosive. And so I'm not going to put it in heavy metal waste, right? So our metal is plated out, just thinking right from a safety perspective. So later you could take this out with some nitric acid, but otherwise you should rinse your Tollens reaction solution down the drain. So I'm going to do that shortly. I'm just seeing if it's done, and you can tell it's pretty much done. I just wanted to see if that black part would go away. But I think it's about done, so I'll dump it down the drain. Meanwhile, I'll pass this one around. That's from my playing around this morning, so you can kind of see how it is. And that is how they used to plate mirrors. I think they still kind of plate it by some chemical method. And so that is part of how they got mirror surfaces, other than, of course, like polishing them. All right, I also have your quiz. I know everybody's excited about that. So I'll hand out the quiz as well. And like I said, I'll go dump our reaction before it makes anything explosive, potentially. At least we got the demo going for the stream. Yeah. Okay, and I gave you a quiz. All right, I'll put extras of the quizzes up here. So it looks like that's pretty nice. That little black part filled in nicely, so nice even plating out of our mirror. And of course, I mean, you can find fun experiments of like, this is a great way to make a Christmas ornament and plate anything else. It looks a little spectacular with bigger flasks. All right, I'll keep the stream running in case there are questions.